What's up, everybody? My name is Jordan. This is the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. If you are new here, thank you for joining me. If you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. On the table in front of me, I have another mechanical keyboard. I have been busy adding more of these to my collection, trying different models, different switches, different keycaps, different manufacturers, and I've found a lot of really great values. If you haven't seen my previous videos, make sure you check out those keyboard videos. But today specifically, we're looking at the Royal Kludge M75. This is a very popular brand. I have built modded keyboards around the Royal Kludge platform in the past, and this keyboard out of the box has a lot of features that if you're new to mechanical keyboards or you're looking to have a budget starter package to build on, this is a really great option. In this video, I'm going to give you an up-close look at the keyboard. I'm going to tell you about the important specs and features, what I like about using it, and of course give you a typing test so you can hear how it sounds, and then let you know whether or not I think it's worth picking one up for yourself. Right before we dive into that though, make sure that you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos coming in the future. There's going to be more mechanical keyboard content coming down the pipeline. Enough about that though, let's take a look at the Royal Kludge M75. Now, I've been doing quite a bit of typing and testing with this keyboard because I wanted to give you a nice thorough review. So there's not an unboxing per se, but I do have the box right here that it comes in. Pretty straightforward, pretty plain. The keyboard itself right here, which we're going to talk about in a moment. You also are going to get a user manual in the box. You're going to get a wired USB cable to charge it and do the wired connection if that's the route you want to go. You're going to get a keycap and key switch puller, as well as a handful of extra switches. Now, putting aside some of these accessories for the time being, let's talk about the keyboard itself. Now, mechanical keyboards, if you're new to them, benefits of a mechanical keyboard: better feel, a more tactile experience when you're typing. They can have a sound that's pleasing to listen to when you're typing on them. And of course, the aesthetics, they can look really amazing and be works of art. Now, the Royal Kludge M75 is a plastic housing. It's a two-tone design. You've got this really cool color on the bottom there. And then we've got three-tone keycaps on the top. We've got a little OLED screen right here, which is a neat feature on this keyboard that lets you see things like your battery life and which setting mode that you're in. And we even have a rotary knob with a click function up here to adjust your volume, or you can assign it to a number of other functions. Now, this is a gasket mounted keyboard, meaning that the PCB that the key switches are in, the circuit board, is wedged between a gasket between the two halves of the frame, meaning that as you press down on it, there is a soft kind of feel to it. It kind of floats between the frames. You're not like bottoming out on the bottom of the keyboard. Again, maybe prevents some fatigue in the long run and is overall a more pleasant experience. This has actually got some foam, some damping inside to further reduce like the clacky echoiness of the keyboard and just add to the really awesome mechanical keyboard sound. Now, this is a 75% layout. For those of you that don't know, this is kind of in the middle of the different sizes of keyboards you can have. It's got a set of 4 arrow keys. It does not have a numpad. It has your function keys at the top. So kind of the most essentials, unless you're doing a lot of numerical stuff where you need a number pad. I like the 75% the most, and so this is right at home in my collection. Now, other things to keep in mind: 3 modes for connecting to your computer. You've got a wired connection. If you want to go old school, you have the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, which magnetically attaches here in the back of the keyboard. Little USB dongle right there. You just slot that in when you're not using it. You can also go the Bluetooth route. So one of 3 different connection options, and you just choose that through the little screen right here on the front. Now, the keyboard itself, if you want to mod it, like I mentioned, it is hot swappable, meaning that you can pull the key switches, or you can pull the switches off of the PCB easily with the included tool. You don't have to solder anything, and you can slot new 3-pin or 5-pin switches in a matter of seconds. So very easy to modify and change out your switches. RGB backlit keys. It has, let me make sure I got this right, 18 RGB built-in modes and 8 monochrome colors to choose from. They look fantastic. It adds a nice pop to the keyboard if you want to use the RGB lights, or you can turn them off if you prefer not to have the flashiness of them. 3750 milliamp battery life inside. It's not the biggest of the keyboards that I've seen, but it is more than enough for this to work for me, on my desk, not plugged into any power source, for at least a week or two, using it for an hour or 2 a day. It's got plenty of battery life to take on the go on a business trip or something like that. You can charge it up when you get back home. Let's see. Oh, built into this keyboard specifically, gotta make sure I mention it, you can choose different switches or of course put in your own, but this one comes with red linear switches. It's a pretty basic switch. A lot of people know reds. I don't think they're like a named brand of red. Maybe they're just Royal Kludge's own red switches, but regardless, they feel pretty nice. You can obviously experiment with a ton of different types of switches to find the one that suits you the most, but this particular model has the red inside of it. So enough of me talking about this keyboard. I'm gonna overlay some B-roll shots so you can see up close, see the little LED screen, while I play a sound typing test for you so you can hear how this keyboard sounds just at a normal distance. You know, I've got my microphone right here on my collar. You'll be able to hear spacebar, the keys. I believe these are pre-lubed. The stabilizers are all very even, not a lot of lag or kind of, maybe lag's not the right term, like kind of mismatch between the sides. It's very even, and here's a demo of it. So there is a quick sound test of the Royal Kludge M75. Final thoughts, again, this is a phenomenal starter keyboard for someone who's never had a mechanical, likes the aesthetic, and has pretty much every feature that you could want without having to spend a ton of money. And it also serves as a great modding base if you want to swap out the switches, swap out the keycaps. It's very easy to do, and you can make this keyboard your own for less than the cost of building one from scratch. So if you want to read more about the specs and about this keyboard, I'll include a link down in the description. You can also buy through there. It doesn't cost you anything, helps me support the channel. I would of course appreciate you for it. If you're not going to pick one of these up, no worries. Be sure to check out my other keyboard reviews like this video. Leave a comment about your favorite budget mechanical keyboard, subscribe, and then ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos coming in the future. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.